What's up, Clipzy fam? Get ready for a lightning round of the hottest news stories hitting the headlines right now. First up, the Santa Maria Police Department is cracking down on impaired driving with a recent DUI checkpoint that led to multiple arrests and citations. We'll dive into the exact numbers and what this means for safety on the roads. Then, we're heading to Korea, where shocking allegations have surfaced regarding the handling of the tragic rescue that led to the death of Sergeant Lee Jae-seok. Colleagues are speaking out about potential cover-ups by the Coast Guard Command, and we've got the details. And in the world of K-pop, Hive Chairman Bang Si-hyuk is under investigation for alleged fraudulent transactions, facing serious accusations related to pre-IPO share sales. We'll break down the claims and his response. Don't go anywhere, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss a second of this action-packed update. DUI crackdown in Santa Maria, a night of enforcement. Authorities in Santa Maria are taking a firm stance against drunk driving. The Santa Maria Police Department recently conducted a significant DUI checkpoint that operated from Saturday evening into the early hours of Sunday morning, specifically targeting drivers on South Broadway. The operation resulted in a substantial number of arrests, with 11 individuals taken into custody for driving under the influence of alcohol. Beyond DUI offenses, the checkpoint also identified numerous drivers operating without valid licenses or with suspended licenses, leading to 11 citations for unlicensed driving and 3 for driving with a suspended license. In total, 632 vehicles passed through the checkpoint, and 152 drivers were screened. The Santa Maria Police Department has emphasized that these checkpoints are part of a broader, ongoing strategy to improve public safety and will continue in the coming months. This aggressive approach highlights the persistent challenge of impaired driving and the commitment of local law enforcement to address it. The community's response has been a mix of support for increased safety measures and concern over the number of drivers caught breaking the law. Stay tuned, because the stories are only getting more intense. Next, we uncover a disturbing claim from Korea about a fallen hero's final moments. Allegations of cover-up in maritime police, hero's death. Disturbing allegations have emerged from Korea concerning the tragic death of Sergeant Lee Jae-seok, a maritime police officer who lost his life while rescuing an elderly man. Colleagues who served with Sergeant Lee have come forward, revealing that they were allegedly instructed by the Coast Guard Command to conceal details of the incident shortly after the accident occurred. During a press conference held at the funeral hall, Sergeant Lee's teammates claimed that the head of the Yonghyun police station urged them to remain silent, stating they needed to make Sergeant Lee a hero. They described being told by superiors to not say anything to the bereaved families, even as they were dealing with the immediate aftermath of the rescue. These claims suggest a potential attempt to control the narrative surrounding the event, with instructions reportedly coming from as high as the Incheon Coast Guard chief. The colleagues have decided to speak out to correct what they perceive as distorted facts and reveal the truth to Sergeant Lee's family and the public. They also pointed to potential delays in the rescue operation, citing a lack of immediate response from a team leader. The Korea Coast Guard has denied these allegations, stating that all relevant data has been provided to the bereaved families and calling the suspicions of a cover-up completely groundless. It's important to note that Sergeant Lee was reportedly dispatched alone, violating the Coast Guard's own two-person team principle during the rescue. The revelations have sent shockwaves through South Korea, sparking outrage and calls for a thorough investigation into the Coast Guard's conduct. Public sentiment is divided, with many expressing grief for Sergeant Lee and demanding accountability, while the Coast Guard maintains its position. But the drama doesn't stop there. We're diving into the heart of the K-pop industry next. Prepare for a deep dive into financial allegations surrounding a music mogul. Hive Chairman Bang Si-hyuk faces fraud allegations. Hive Chairman Bang Si-hyuk has been summoned for his first police investigation concerning allegations of fraudulent transactions, specifically related to violations of the Capital Market Act. Appearing at the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency, Chairman Bang acknowledged the situation, stating, "I apologize for causing concern for my work. We will faithfully deal with the investigation." However, he remained tight-lipped when questioned by reporters about specific details, including alleged collusion with private equity funds, the timing of his stake sales during the IPO process, and future listing plans. The core accusation is that in 2019, before Hive's listing, Chairman Bang allegedly misled existing investors, including venture capital firms, into selling their shares to a special purpose corporation, SPC, linked to a private equity fund associated with him. Financial authorities suspect that these investors sold their holdings based on Chairman Bang's assurances, unaware that Hive was actively undergoing pre-IPO procedures at the time. Police estimates suggest that Chairman Bang may have gained approximately 190 billion won in illicit profits, including a 30% share of profits from the stock sales facilitated by the private equity funds. Investigations have included raids on the Korea Exchange and Hive's office building, with further scrutiny from the Financial Supervisory Service. Chairman Bang has internally communicated his commitment to resolving the situation to prevent it from impacting his company. The K-pop community and investors are closely watching this unfolding investigation, with reactions ranging from concern to calls for transparency. The potential financial implications for Hive and its future market position are significant. And that's not the only major story out of Korea today. Get ready for the latest developments in a high-profile financial probe. Hive Chairman Bang Si-hyuk under scrutiny for alleged fraudulent transactions. Chairman Bang Si-hyuk of Hive is currently at the center of a police investigation regarding alleged violations of the Capital Market Act, specifically concerning fraudulent transactions. He appeared before the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency's Financial Crime Investigation Unit to provide testimony. Addressing reporters, Chairman Bang offered an apology for any concern caused by his work and pledged his cooperation with the investigation, stating, "I will faithfully work on the investigation." He declined to comment on specific allegations, such as potential collusion with private equity funds, the appropriateness of selling his stake during the IPO process, or his future listing intentions. The accusations center on events in 2019, prior to Hive's public listing, where Chairman Bang is alleged to have persuaded existing investors, including venture capital firms, to sell their shares to a special purpose corporation, SPC, connected to a private equity fund with ties to him. Investigators believe that investors were led to sell their holdings under the premise that Hive was not yet in pre-IPO stages, a claim contradicted by evidence suggesting the company was indeed undergoing such procedures. The police estimate that Chairman Bang may have illicitly profited around 190 billion won, including a 30% share of profits derived from the private equity fund stock sales. Law enforcement actions have included raids on key financial institutions like the Korea Exchange and Hive's corporate offices, with the Financial Supervisory Service also conducting a separate inquiry. Chairman Bang has reportedly assured internal stakeholders that he is committed to resolving these personal matters without hindering the company's progress. This legal challenge has significant implications for the K-pop industry and investor confidence, with the public eagerly awaiting further details and outcomes. Don't go anywhere, we've still got a full recap and more exclusive content coming your way. Up next, we'll break down all the top stories and tell you how to stay connected. Alright Clipzy fam, let's do a quick rundown of today's biggest stories. The Santa Maria Police Department hit the streets with a DUI checkpoint, leading to multiple arrests. In Korea, shocking allegations emerged regarding the handling of Sergeant Lee Jae-seok's tragic rescue, with claims of a potential cover-up. And Hive Chairman Bang Si-hyuk is facing serious accusations of fraudulent transactions as he undergoes police investigation. That's all the headlines for now, but don't miss out on future updates. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below telling us what you think, and follow us on all our socials to stay in the loop. We'll see you in the next one.